We'll work through some examples now using the sine law. So we're going to solve a triangle knowing angle B is 100 degrees, angle C is 38 degrees, and side A has a measurement of 40. As we work, we'll round sides to 3 decimal places and angles to the nearest degree. For any of these questions, you should start with a sketch. I'll draw angle B. I know is 100 degrees. Then I'll make my triangle. I can label sides angles A and C. C is 38 degrees, and side A across from angle A is 40. Here's side B, here's side C. I'll also set up my table for my answers. This also helps me organize my information, so as we learn more techniques for solving a triangle like the cosine law, I can see where to start. So angle B is 100 degrees, side B I don't know, angle C is 38 degrees, side C I don't know, and side A is 40. To decide if I can use the sine law solving a non-right triangle, I look to see if I know an angle and its opposite side. And as written right now, I don't. But remember that angle A is really easy to calculate because we know 2 other angles. So I'll start with that. I'm going to find angle A. I know that all the angles equal 180 degrees. I can subtract the other 2 angles, 100 degrees and 38 degrees. So angle A is 42 degrees. From here, now I know an angle and its opposite side. This is what tells me I can use the sine law. I'll need to use this pair, sine of angle A over side A, and then I'll first use angle B to help find side B. So I can work now to find side B. I'm going to set up the sine law. Sine of angle A over side A equals sine of angle B over side B. And then I can sub in what I know. Sine of angle A, which is 42 degrees, over side A is 40. Equals sine of angle B is 100 degrees over my unknown side B. So you can see here that we know 3 values and we only have 1 unknown, which is side B. Now I can work to rearrange this to solve for B. So I can cross multiply 40 times sine of 100 degrees equals B times sine of 42 degrees. To get B by itself, I can divide each side by sine of 42 degrees. And then I can put this right into my calculator. So I'll switch over to the calculator. Make sure if you're following along with yours, you should be getting the same answer. Make sure you're in degrees. I have 40 sine 100 divided by sine 42. You shouldn't have to worry about using any brackets here. And side B, we get 58.87088. That's side B. If I want to record that in my table for my answers, oops, sorry. We were rounding to 3 decimal places. So 58.871. I wasn't given units in the question, so I don't have any to put in my answers. We can do the same now for finding side C. I'm going to start with sine of angle A over side A again. I could have used the fraction here, sine angle B over side B, now that I know side B, but again I'd have to use the unrounded value, and if I made a mistake finding side B, then the same mistake would be carried forward. So I'll use sine of A over side A equals sine of angle C over side C, and then start subbing in what I know. Once you've subbed in, you can cross multiply, so 40 times sine of 38 degrees equals C times the sine of 42 degrees. To get C by itself, I divide by sine of 42 degrees on each side. We'll look at sort of a shortcut of this rearrangement in the next question. And now I can calculate side C. So side C would be 40 times sine of 38 divided by sine of 42. Oops. Try that again. 40 sine 38 divided by sine 42. 36.8036, or to 3 decimal places, 36.804. So now we've solved the triangle, we know all of our unknown values. We can check and make sure our angles add to 180 degrees. I can also see my longest side is across from my largest angle, my smallest side across from my smallest angle, and I've rounded as stated in the question. So this is an example of how to use the sine law to solve triangles. We'll look at another example together as well on the next page. So we'll solve our next triangle. Given angle A is 27 degrees and B is 98 degrees, side A is 7.2. So angle B, angle A is 27 degrees, B is 98 degrees. Angle C we don't know, side A is 7.2. Across from angle B is side B, across from angle C is side C. I can set up for my answers as well. So as I'm deciding how to solve this problem, I look and see, I know an angle and its opposite side, so I know I can use the sine law. The easiest thing to do first is to calculate angle C, so I'll do that first. Angle C will be 180 degrees minus 98 degrees minus 27 degrees. So C is 55 degrees. Now I can work on finding my two unknown sides. I'm going to use this given information, so I'll start by finding side B by using sine of angle A over side A, since I know both that angle and side, and sine of angle B over side B, since I want to find unknown side B. Subbing in what I know, sine of 27 degrees over 7.2 equals sine of 98 degrees over B. You can continue to rearrange as we did in the first question, or if you've started to sort of notice the pattern, you can make it a little quicker. Side B will equal 7.2 times sine of 98 degrees. And we would have multiplied side B by sine of 27 degrees, and then we have to divide by that value to get B by itself. So you can do that rearrangement in one step if you like, or you can review how we did it in the first example and continue to rearrange that way. Once you've rearranged, put it into your calculator. 7.2 times sine of 98 degrees divided by sine of 27 degrees is 15.7050. I think in this one, let's check the rounding. We're going to round sides to 1 decimal place. Always check each question. So B is 15.7. And now we'll do the same for side C. I'm going to pause the video so that you can try that on your own, and then I'll just put the final solution up. So try using the same method to solve for side C. Pause the video and try it on your own. Hopefully you paused the video and gave that a try on your own. The answer's shown here so you can check your work. We use the sine law and substitute in to find C is 12.9912, or rounded to 1 decimal place, 13.0. Again, my largest angle across from my longest side, smallest angle across from my smallest side. The next video will take you through some final examples.